Hello friends, Jerry Rosa here at the Rosa String Works Workshop. Thank you for watching my videos. Show your support by subscribing to this channel, and I always appreciate a thumbs up. By now you've probably already seen the video where I made the tool. I didn't show making the tool, but I told you how I made the tool to raise the top on this mandolin. I've since leveled the frets. I've done the job on this, and you'll see this in the video, and I do all the normal things. I just put the strings on them. The strings are up. They're not even close to tension yet. I just put the strings on them, tighten them up a little bit, and now we're going to tune it and see how it looks. As far as I can tell, that it's just perfect in terms of height here. There's nothing sunken down yet. Of course, we don't have the tension on it yet, so let's see how it looks when we're finished here. Hope you enjoy the video. I've already leveled and recrowned and polished all the frets. Now I'm just going to clean up the fretboard. Well, we sure did get everything fixed on this. The nut needed a little attention. We got all that cleaned up and glued back in there right, and the fretboards, all the frets have been leveled, recrowned, polished. The fretboard has been oiled. The action is very good. You can see that at the 7th fret here, which is kind of my measurement, it holds my 1.14 pick, but just barely, but it does hold it. So the action's real good, the intonation's real good now. The top doesn't look like it's sagged even a fraction. It's perfect. And I know that you just have to take my word for this, but the evidence of that is that, and the customer will obviously know, is that these used to be adjusted way up because they had to go up in order, because the top sagged down, you know. So they compensated by raising the saddle higher and higher and higher, and the saddle was way up there. Well, now the saddle, as you can see, is sitting almost on the bottom. Here I've got it up just a tiny amount, and that's mostly because there is kind of a hump in here. I filed 99% of that out, but there's still a little bit of a hump there, so I had to raise this side up just a little bit more than that side, but that's kind of common anyway on almost any mandolin. I also put felt in here. You know, I put the 2 posts back here, and they're just about right under where you see my fingers and thumb there. They're just about right in those spots right there. You know, I'm wondering, you know, since the braces were loose in the front on this one, and I'm just wondering how it would have affected the tone had I put them in front. Hindsight's that 20/20 thing, you know. Most of the sinking, well, I mean, the sinking was all through here. I put them behind because that's kind of the tradition, you know, especially with violins and things. But on the other hand, I kind of wonder what would have happened had I put them in front. I wonder if the tone might have even been a little better, maybe letting the back of this vibrate a little bit better. Overall, the tone's not terrible. It's just not, it's not as woody as I like to hear. It's not real thin, but, you know, it's kind of in the middle somewhere. Some people are going to ask why I didn't put a deer antler saddle on this. Well, the deer antler saddle would make it louder. But I don't think that the deer antler saddle, and I'm just being honest, I don't think it really enhances the tone on a marginal sounding instrument. You know what I'm saying? On a good woody instrument, you can't beat those deer antler saddles. But on an instrument that's kind of in the middle, and this one's in the middle mostly because of these posts. I think if the posts weren't there, I think this one would actually have a pretty darn good sound. So here's what it does sound like. It's not terrible, it's just not the best. I played that in E for the people keeping score out there. Well, you know, everybody had a different pronunciation on this, and everybody was sure they were pronouncing it correct. So, you know, if it's Spanish, it depends on whether you're pronouncing the E or the I. If you're pronouncing the E, it would be Madeira, and if you're pronouncing the I, it would be Madeira. So, you know, at least that's the way I would interpret it in Spanish, and I'm definitely no Spanish expert. And the D can actually sound like a TH too, so, you know, Madeira, you know, so it could be a lot of things. So I'm not going to try to get into that argument. You can just argue that all amongst yourselves. But it turned out good, I think. You know, he wanted it playable. That was his main thing. He wanted it playable again. I say that it's completely playable. It's perfect. It plays easy. And it's also perfectly structurally sound. Does it have the best sound in the world? No. But to get that really good sound, or the best that this one could sound, would be many hundreds of dollars. And I don't think he wanted to spend that. And I don't really blame him for that, you know. So for mere pennies on the dollar compared to that, he's got a good playable instrument again. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.